Why are electric vehicles piling up on dealer lots while gas-powered cars are struggling? If you thought seeing dealer lots full to the brim was a sign of good times, think again. While traditional gas-powered cars seem to have found their sweet spot with an ideal 71-day supply, EVs are facing a different reality altogether. In fact, the latest surveys reveal a shocking 120-day supply of new electric vehicles. That's right, dealer lots are bursting at the seams and EVs are left to rot away. So why is this happening? High prices. It's no secret that both manufacturers and the government underestimated the growth of the EV market. While the past few years saw impressive growth, the tide has turned. Early adopters have already made their move, but for the average consumer, purchasing an EV comes with a hefty price tag. With the average EV costing significantly more than traditional cars, it's no wonder many buyers are hesitant to make the switch. But it's not just the sticker price that's the issue. Higher insurance costs, potential repair expenses, and concerns about resale value all add up, making EVs less appealing to the average buyer. Even industry giant Tesla isn't immune to the slowdown. In a bid to maintain sales momentum, Tesla has slashed prices across its lineup. The Model S, once priced at over $100,000, can now be had for significantly less. This aggressive pricing strategy not only aims to boost sales, but also puts pressure on traditional automakers trying to enter the EV market. But are Tesla's price cuts just about sales? They're also strategic moves to maintain dominance and make it harder for competitors to catch up. Some companies are copying Tesla's strategy by cutting prices, even if it means losing money. For example, Ford decided to lower the price of its F-150 Lightning truck, but they are still losing a lot of money, around $40,000 for each truck, even with the discounts. But not every car maker wants to lose money like this. Instead, some are changing their plans. They're making fewer electric cars and setting different goals for how many they want to sell. For Ford, cutting prices on their electric truck did not work out as they had hoped. Even with the discounts, they are still losing a huge amount of money on each truck they sold. But other car makers saw this was happening and decided not to follow Ford's example. Instead of losing money, they decided to slow down how many EVs they make and sell. These car companies are being careful. They saw Ford lose a lot of money by cutting prices, and they don't want to make the same mistake. So instead of rushing to sell more EVs, they're taking a step back. They're making fewer cars and changing their plans to avoid losing money like Ford did. This shift in strategy has left dealers grappling with overflowing inventories, particularly for established and relatively affordable EVs, like the Nissan Leaf. On average, these models linger on the market for over 90 days, struggling to find buyers. Other notable slow sellers include the Mercedes-Benz EQE and EQS, with an average of 65 days on the lot, and the Hyundai Kona, sitting for approximately 61 days before being sold. To put things into perspective, contrast this with the swift turnover of popular models like the Toyota Grand Highlander, which takes no more than 10 days to find a new owner. What made prospective buyers harbor reservations about purchasing an EV? Well, it's not just due to unfamiliarity with technology. Recent reports have highlighted serious reliability issues plaguing EVs. According to a Consumer Reports survey, electric cars are responsible for 80% more problems than their internal combustion counterparts. Many consumers are hearing scary stories about electric cars that make them very worried. Instead of hearing good things about these cars, they're hearing about the problems that sound more like horror stories. For example, let's look at the Chevy Blazer EEV, made by General Motors. They had to stop selling this car because so many people complained about it. One big issue was with the software. It wasn't working right, causing a lot of problems. On top of that, there were also problems with the batteries. Sometimes they wouldn't charge properly, adding to the worries about how reliable electric cars really are. These problems with EVs are making a lot of people think twice before buying one. Instead of feeling excited about getting a new car, they're feeling unsure and worried. They hear about cars like the Chevy Blazer EEV having so many issues, and it makes them wonder if electric cars are actually worth the trouble. If even big companies like General Motors are having problems with their EVs, it's no surprise that many people are hesitant to switch from gas-powered cars to electric ones. The concerns about electric car reliability are real, and they're making potential buyers nervous. When people hear about cars like the Chevy Blazer EEV having problems with their software and batteries, it makes them wonder if electric cars are really a good idea. They worry about getting stuck with a car that doesn't work properly or having to deal with expensive repairs. With so many worries and uncertainties surrounding EVs, it's no wonder that many people are hesitant to make the switch from gasoline-powered cars. It's evident that many other EV models face similar challenges. Experts frequently highlight their over-reliance on touchscreens and high-tech features, coupled with issues related to charging infrastructure, as reasons to exercise caution before investing in certain EV models. Dealers need more time to sell an EV. The reason behind why EVs spend longer periods on dealer lots compared to their gasoline-powered counterparts are multifaceted. Some stem from consumer resistance to the transition, while others revolve around corners regarding reliability and user experiences, while others revolve around concerns regarding reliability and user experience. However, practical considerations also play a role. Selling an EV requires significantly more time and effort from a sales personnel. According to Buzz Smith, a former salesman turned EV dealer trainer, buyers typically make 4 visits before committing to purchase an EV, whereas 1 visit is often sufficient for a gas-powered vehicle, completed within an hour. This prolonged decision-making process reflects consumers' desire to fully understand the new technology and ensure they're making the right choice. Consequently, this not only translates to a potential 75% pay cut for salesmen, but also contributes to the extended duration that EVs spend at dealer lots. How is Biden's administration pushing EVs too hard? A significant factor contributing to the prolonged presence of EVs on dealer lots is the Biden administration's ambitious agenda to rapidly electrify the American automotive market. While this initiative holds promise for a greener future, its swift implementation has inadvertently led to challenges such as oversupply and a mismatch between demand and inventory levels. As a result, dealers find themselves grappling with an excess of EVs awaiting buyers, further exacerbating the issue of prolonged sitting times on dealer lots. Initially, the Environmental Protection Agency set a goal for 67% of all new vehicles to be electric by 2032. The government was hopeful because the market for EVs had been growing rapidly, but lately the growth has slowed down. Instead of the huge 90% increases we saw before, it's slowed to a crawl. Right now, EVs only make up less than 8% of all new cars sold in the US. This means it's unlikely we'll reach the goal of having 2/3 of cars be electric by 2032. Many car makers thought the government's goal was achievable, so they planned to make a lot of EVs, but now there are too many electric cars and not enough people to buy them. This has caused a problem. Electric cars are stuck sitting at dealerships waiting for someone to buy them. Because there are so many cars and not enough buyers, car makers are making fewer EVs. They're also changing their plans because they realize they won't be able to sell as many EVs as they thought. As a result of the oversupply of EVs, the government is thinking about changing its plans. Instead of aiming for 67% of cars to be electrified by 2030, they aim for only 50%. This means they're reconsidering how strict the rules about emissions should be. They're also trying to figure out how to encourage more people to buy electric cars. It's a tricky situation, but the government and car makers are working together to find a solution. Do you think EV technology still needs improvement? While early adopters may be impressed with the new tech, common consumers find EV ownership comes with compromises. Charging takes too long, and the range isn't sufficient for longer trips, making ownership complicated. Other than superior acceleration, EVs don't offer many advantages over internal combustion counterparts. Charging at public stations is expensive, and there are additional costs like higher insurance and repair expenses. Moreover, car makers are still struggling to develop batteries that perform well in challenging conditions, like cold weather, towing, and off-roading. The average consumer is hesitant to buy an EV due to higher prices, complex ownership, and concerns about the future. EVs are still a relatively new and expensive technology, raising questions about their long-term viability. Some wonder why they should pay a premium for something that might become outdated quickly. Additionally, there are concerns about the sustainability of EVs and the possibility of alternative green mobility solutions emerging. All these factors contribute to the current slowdown in EV growth, leaving thousands of EVs sitting unsold at dealer lots. If you found the video insightful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Until next time.